I'm Heather.
I'm Nate.
And this is Lacey.
No!
We're going to Bel-Air. Kathy Hilton is having an estate sale, and she's giving all the proceeds to charity. She pulled out her seedless lemons, made some lemonade, and invited everyone over to shop for the afternoon. I saw the Instagram post way too early on a Saturday morning, and instead of going back to bed, I woke up Nate and I said, "Get up, we're going shopping at Kathy Hilton's house."
I'm all for an adventure, so we hopped in the car and headed to Bel-Air.
We had never been to Bel-Air before, so it was neat just to see the neighborhood. We were mesmerized by the neighborhood as we traveled down the streets. Actually, that's not true. There were no sidewalks here. How are you supposed to walk your pup? That's beside the point. The houses were beautiful, and soon enough we arrived at Kathy's house.
It was an incredible house on a beautifully maintained estate, and she had security out front who led us around to the back where they were holding the estate sale. We also got to see her pool with all of its fun floaties in it.
Most of the estate sale was outside, but she did have some really good stuff in this one room off the pool. In here they had tons of clothes. On the racks, on the walls. I may have even picked up a couple of jackets. They had purses, they had candles, they had teddy bears. Oh, and jewelry, tons of jewelry. They had lots of fun stuff to look at in here. Lacey didn't know which rack to start at first. She wasn't sure if any of the clothes would fit her.
We looked through everything for a size 2 cockapoo, but Lacey said nothing would do.
They had paintings and artwork that looked like it had been in the family for a very long time. And just when you thought you had seen it all, there was a whole nother room with more clothes and more shoes.
But still no shoes for cockapoos.
And after browsing around inside, we needed to get started outside. This place was huge, and it was covered in all the Hilton's belongings.
Lacey pretended to be a Hilton hound, but because they didn't have anything to fit her, she'd rather be homeward bound.
Outside there was furniture, lots of it. Whatever you needed, it was here, and they had several sets of it.
We couldn't tell if they just switched it out for every party or if they were clearing out everything they'd kept for all those years.
We wandered over by the pool area, which had all the indoor items you could ever need. They had champagne glasses and china. Lacey was looking for a dog bowl.
She was a little bit thirsty, but she really wanted to go enjoy that pool by hanging out in one of those floating cabanas.
It was about this time when we were browsing around and we had our backs turned to the house when we heard a voice come from the upper deck asking someone to come upstairs. We whipped around just in time to see Kathy going back into the house. We had just missed her. There were beautiful vases and silver whatever that is, and pineapples, knickknacks galore. And just when we thought we had seen it all, out of the corner of my eye, I peered over and realized, oh my gosh, her entire tennis court is filled with items. We headed down to start checking out that level when we ran into the guest house that had its own guest house. It was cute.
We carefully wound our way down the steep stairs to the tennis court, and when we got down there, we couldn't believe how much there was to see. It looked more like they were clearing out the Beverly Hilton than having an estate sale.
Holy moly, I just couldn't believe all the stuff they had. It was so hard to believe, but I guess with this giant house, you've got to fill it with something. She must have lit up the neighborhood at Christmas because there were enough Christmas decorations and lights here to give Chevy Chase in winter vacation a run for his money. Christmas just wouldn't stop down here. Those decorations just went on and on and on.
They had enough ornaments to fill a tree in town square, or maybe just the trees they were selling here.
Seeing Kathy's cooler made us think about quenching our own thirst. We headed back upstairs so we could get some of her seedless lemon lemonade that they were handing out.
It was fresh squeezed and free of seeds, and it hit the spot on a sunny day.
It was so cute. They even had a spot where you could take an Instagram photo to remember the day you went shopping at Kathy Hilton's house. I mean, come on, that doesn't happen every day.
The proceeds went to a doggy charity and they had puppies up for adoption. Lacey thought about playing with them, but when she saw all that energy, she didn't want to get all pooed out.
And since it was all for a good cause, I had to pick up a couple unique things from the Hilton closet. We were all shopped out. This was so much fun. It was such a great way to spend a Saturday. We waved goodbye to the Hilton house. We thanked them for letting us come visit.
And we carefully headed home through the narrow, windy roads of Bel-Air.
Thanks for going to Bel-Air with us.